I'll put my email address up here in case, I know at the end you guys are gonna have some questions. I'm able to hit you guys up through the email if you guys need any help afterward. But do any of you guys know what day trading is? It is to win more than you lose. You know what I mean? So I came up with one strategy, and the strategy basically 70% of the time it's a winner. You know what I mean? So I apply the same strategy every single day, and today it's the same strategy I'm gonna show you guys. It's not difficult. If you follow the rules, you make money. If you don't follow the rules, you'll get burnt, just like anything. You know what I mean? If you follow the rules, you play the game right, you make money. If you don't, you lose money. But the smart thing is, when you're losing money, you can get out fast. That's the key to the whole game. Like, I don't win everything, but when I do lose, I get out fast. But when I'm winning, I let it ride. You know what I mean? I let my wins ride, and I let my losers, I cut my losses real fast. So that's the most important key right there. You guys want to write down, cut your losses fast. That's the most important rule. All right. So let me, I'm gonna kind of go over a day, what I do like every day. When I wake up, what I do, just like a day in the life of Brutus. You know what I mean? So basically I wake up every day like around 8 o'clock, right? I wake up around 8 o'clock. I'll do some push-ups, just work out a little bit, 30 minutes, jump in the shower. You know, what you want to do too, you want to treat this like a business. Kind of like if you're working for somebody, you wake up, you're going to go jump in the shower, eat breakfast, you know, just like you do it for the other man, the man, you know what I mean? So you're going to do the same process, but this is your business. So take it seriously, because this pays a lot more than any job. You know what I mean? So first thing I do, I wake up, do my little workout, jump in the shower, get ready. You know what I mean? First thing I do to get ready, I go on this website here. There's a lot of different websites that you could go on, but this one is stockmarketwatch.com. I go to stockmarketwatch.com. I want to know what the market is basically doing. And I didn't really know what I was coming to teach today. So what I did was this morning, I basically took a screenshot of everything that I did so I could just show you guys what I did this morning. You know what I mean? So this morning, this is what I did. Jumped on stockmarketwatch.com. I'm checking out how the market is doing. Now, it's like a car, right? You can drive a car anywhere, but if I ask you guys, can you build me a car? You don't know how to build a car. So it's like the same, you don't need to know everything about the stock market. You just need to know how to drive. You know what I mean? Once you learn how to drive, you can take it to the next level. So this is what I do. I look at how the overall market is doing, right? This is Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500. I look basically the overall trend. I look to see what kind of trend is happening. If you look at each one of these charts, it look like they're going up, right? Look like they're kind of, this one's a little bit choppy. You're gonna find some choppy stocks every now and then. But this one's a little choppy. It looks like it's trending up though, right? It looks like it's going higher and higher. This one looks like it's going higher and higher. This is gold, this is silver, this is the euro versus the dollar. So you can see basically everything looks like they're going up. So it looks like a good day so far. So next, let me try to pull this.
Brutus,
Yeah.
what's the Dow Jones?
Dow Jones is just it's just a bunch of group of stocks that they kind of put into like one category. But that's not really important. What's important is learning trend. Just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a completely different, a whole nother platform. But like I said, like a car, if I ask you, how do you build a car? You're not gonna know. But if I tell you, take me down the street, you could jump in the car, take me down the street. You don't need to know everything. But what you do need to know is trends. What you need to know is trends. Is it going up, down, or sideways? You know what I mean? And you bet based on it going up, down, or sideways. Alright?
Who's that one?
I don't know.
So, but Dow Jones is basically,
This is fine.
Dow Jones is basically an average, like how the market is doing overall. It's just a bunch of groups of stocks, and they kind of tell you how the market is doing. It's doing overall. Yeah, like the S&P 500 is like 500 companies, the top 500 companies, and how they're doing. But none of that stuff is important. You don't need to learn the technical stuff. You don't need to learn.
I just want to follow pattern.
Yeah, you want to follow a pattern. You want to know if it's going up, down, or sideways. That's all you need to focus on. Let me skip to the next one here. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I don't want to learn. You want to keep it as simple as possible, and you want to learn what works and what doesn't work. Alright, so I gotta keep doing it like this because it's not my laptop. Alright, so this is the same website. I just scroll down to the next, like right underneath it. I want to know which stocks are moving the most. Which stocks are like the biggest percentage gainers. So once you look down here, this website basically tells you the top gainers and the top losers.
And that's the market watch. That's the market watch.
Yeah.
That's the market watch.
Mhm.
You just scroll. You just scroll down.
I just scroll down,
Okay.
but I kind of made screenshots of each one of these, and I just made a screenshot. But yeah, and I saw this morning, PIXY. That was the leading stock this morning. It was up 121%. The next one was 48%. The next one's 43%. The next one's 13%, and so on.
Alright, quick question.
Mhm.
Those numbers right there are numbers up from the day prior?
Yes.
Alright.
Yesterday it closed at $4.90. At $4.90. This morning it opened up 121%
On top of those one.
than yesterday. 100%, 121% more than it closed on yesterday. So right now it's trading. I'll show you. So right now it's basically trading right around $5 somewhere. So it went up 121%. So that doesn't matter. What matters is which one is the top mover, right? And I go for the top four. I take the top four, and I keep those four on my radar. I keep those the top four on my radar, the top gainers. So you want to remember that. The top gainers, you keep them on your radar. This one was way ahead.
Yeah, but
This one was way ahead than everything else. So everyone always goes to the top movers. Everyone trades the top movers. So that's why you want to know pre-market. There's pre-market trading, and then there's the regular hours of trading. The regular hours of trading is between 9:30 and 4 p.m. So the bell rings every day at 9:30. Everyone's allowed to trade at 9:30. Some people can trade pre-market and aftermarket because they pay extra to do that. But everybody can't do that. You understand? So what you want to do is you want to watch pre-market, and since everybody can trade, at 9:30, you guys want to jump in when everybody can trade because that's when the most volume is. You understand? Alright, so after I see what the top gainers are.
Top four.
Say that again?
Say the top four.
Yeah, I normally keep track of the top four. I normally look like at 1, 2. You can only trade one stock at a time. So,
For the day.
yeah, you can't trade 100 stocks in one time. So, you can only trade one at a time as a day trader. I look at the top ones, but I go with this is the first one on my radar, and then you got second, third, fourth. If this one doesn't do the pattern that I want it to do, I look to the second one. Now, if the second one doesn't do it, I'll go down and so on. But normally the top gainers almost always, 70% of the time, for me, it almost always does what I need it to do. Alright, so after I look at the top gainers, this is the next. Close that up. Alright, so once you find out which top gainers are, let me bigger.
No. Agree.
Alright, so once I find out why it's a top gainer, I wanna know why it's a top gainer. You know what I mean? $3,000 to play with. Good? Alright, so
Explain that one more time.
what do you need to learn? What do you need to learn?
I feel like I'm slow right now.
Alright.
The $500 is the account fee.
No. It's $500 to open up an account. Like, let's say if you wanted to go to Bank of America and you wanted to open up an account, they want something for you to put in the account, right? And if you use that something, it doesn't mean that you'll get charged whatever fees. It just means that you need a minimum to open up the account. You get it? So if the account goes lower than $500, it's still open. They're not gonna charge you any fees or anything. It's just you need $500 to open up the account.
To start.
Yeah.
And after you buy, if you start with the 500, you have $3,000 worth of money you could purchase the stock.
Yes. You have $3,000. They give you 6 times during the daytime, during trading hour, 9:30 to 4:30. They give you 6 times buying power. Now, if you're holding stock overnight, I think they do like 2 times buying power. They don't give you as much, but I don't care about that because I trade the first half hour of the day anyways. You know what I mean? I don't trade more than 30 minutes to an hour a day.
All your trades are done by 8:30.
Yeah, by 11 o'clock. Sometimes I'll stay an extra hour, but 90% of the time, by 10:30, I'm chilling with my son.
Done.
And that's it, I'm done for the day. I'm chilling with my son, I homeschool my son, make him breakfast, whatever he needs. And if he's sleeping, he wakes up whenever he wakes up. I don't wake him up, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the life I want for my kids, so I homeschool him. Whenever he wakes up, he wakes up. I work with him the rest of the day. We go to the park, whatever. But basically, you got $3,000 worth of buying power with a $500 account. With a $1,000 account,
Yeah, 6 sheets.
how much do you have? Huh?
6 sheets.
$6,000, right? So it's 6 times. Whatever you put in there, you open it up with $2,000. How much is that? 12 G's. You got 12 G's to play. How many of you guys got $500 right now? You know what I mean? So basically, you got $3,000 worth of buying power. That's how every trader, every broker does it. But let me go to the next step now. All right. So basically, this is how the platform looks. I know this might look strange to everybody, but trust me, like I said, like a car, you don't need to know how to build a car from the ground up. All you need to do is know how to, if I say, yo, take me down the street, you need to be able to get in the car, turn it on, drive, and drop me off. You don't need to learn how to build a car. You know what I mean? So, basically this is how the platform looks. This was the stock. Let me pull this down a little bit. Okay. Remember this stock right here, PIXY? That was the top movers, right? So the way I set up my platform, I have a 1-minute chart, I have a 5-minute chart, and then I have a daily chart. This is how my platform is set up. Over here are all the stocks. These are all the top movers. So on the other website, it showed me the PIXY, right? And over here, if you look, this is the top mover for the day, the top gainer for the day, right here.
Still PIXY?
Yeah, it's right here. So really, you don't really need to do all that, but I like to do the extra work. I need to know why it's going up, because sometimes something will go up because some big guy just made it go up, trying to crash it and take everybody's money, right? So you want to check out the news. You want to make sure it's valid news on it. Once it's valid news on it, then you start watching. Now this is pre-market. This is before 9:30. So normally right around, I'll show you the time here for this morning. So I see it right here on my top one. I look at the chart, and this was around, you can see the time was 8:48 this morning. 8:48 this morning. Every day when you start, it's like a fresh start. Your account is at 0. And I'll show you guys by the end of the day how much I made today. So basically,
that number right there is in dollars.
what number?
It would cost you said zero trades or $0.
No. Every day,
Yeah.
your trades or since you didn't take any trade,
Right.
I kind of blocked my money.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to see how much money I got, but I kind of blocked this section off. But every day, your balance starts your trade balance starts at zero because you didn't, it's just a zero. I didn't make any profits yet. So I got out, and this was 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. So I was in the trade for literally less than 2 minutes. I didn't even wait for this one. So less than 2 minutes, and this was my profit, $413.90. That was my profit for this morning. And
It's the short trader thing?
yeah, this is short trader. So I made $413.90 this morning, and I do the same exact thing every single day. Now, some days I'll make, 300, 400, it all varies. But the bottom line is, if you stick to the same pattern and the same strategy, 70% of the times, I win. 30% of the time, I'll take a loss. But when I do take a loss, it's a small loss. It's never a big loss because I get out fast. You know what I mean? Cut your losses fast. That was the first rule. Alright? So basically,
I'm sorry, is this the same 1 cent? You go down 1 cent, you get out of it?
let's say for instance I got in right here
Yeah.
and it went down,
Yeah.
I'm out. If the minute I jump in, it should be skyrocketing. If it doesn't skyrocket the minute I get in,
Yeah.
I get out.
You jump on a different trade for the day, or you just?
Yeah, then I look at the next one on the list. Remember I tell you to look at the top four? Top four, all the time. The patterns won't happen all the time. But that pattern,
How much money you usually make a day?
I make anywhere between $200 to $300 a day. But then there's some days, let me show you this chart over here.
Get extra juicy.
I'm gonna show you this chart right. I think it's this one. Maybe. Not that one. Not that one. This was a good day too, right there. Okay, I think this chart right here. Let me show you. No, not this one. This was a good day too. Okay, this day right here, every now and then you'll get a day like this, which is just like, makes your whole year in one day, you know what I mean? Let me show
A
you.
lot of volume.
A lot of volume and the thing just keeps going up.
Starting off low though, man.
Yes, let me show you, let me pull up,
That's a day chart?
this is a daily chart here. So, for the day, as you can see, it wasn't really doing much, right? It had good news, but for some reason it didn't kick in till like 9:50. That's why sometimes I'll tell you I trade till like 9:30, 10. So it didn't kick in because this was the pre-market high. You see this line right here? That was pre-market high.
He does.
The dotted line.
Yeah, the dotted line was pre-market high, so I'm waiting for it to break through pre-market high. Just the same strategy I just explained to you guys. 9:50 finally it breaks, and look what happened. It goes from $4 to $24.
What was the time zone?
Yeah.
This is yeah, this is from 9:50 to 12:40.
But you just wrote it because it kept going up.
Right. It never went below my entry point, like where I got in was basically at this line. It never went. If you could look in the beginning, it just jumped up and then it just kept going up from there. It went down a little bit, but it never
It
the
never
top.
went down. With
If it went below this line, immediately sell. Go look for something else.
Once that shit go below your entry point, you come out.
Out of it.
That's good.
Yeah. The minute it goes below, I got in.
It's $3.99.
Get out of that.
Out.
There you go.
Out. So
So if you go up to 10 and go back down to 9.
So this was one of my biggest days ever. You know, it went from, imagine if it went, you do the math. What's 1,000 shares times, what is this? 24, that's $20. So imagine if you bought 1,000 shares,
20,000, boy.
right? Exactly. 1,000 shares, and you just like, and this is within like a couple hours. and you just held it,
Made a quick 20.
20 G's. You know what I mean? 20 G's, real quick.
Sound easy.
Within a couple hours. But you gotta do the strategy. You gotta wait. You gotta have patience. Some people don't have patience. They'll jump in. Some people don't know when to buy. Like, they'll see a stock moving up, they'll buy it right here, and then it starts going down, they lose all their money. Now they're crying, the stock market don't work. Why? Because they don't know when to buy, they don't know when to sell. You know what I mean? A lot of people, you run into them, you ever tried the stock market? Yeah, I tried it, man, I ain't never doing that ever again. I lost all my money. Why? Because they don't know when to buy, they don't know when to sell. You understand?
So part of your strategy, knowing when to buy, is looking at yesterday's news and today's.
Right. I want to know the potential that they had. On this stock, when I looked at the potential, it's done this before. It's ran up from like $3 to $24 before. So I'm like, okay, this stock got potential. It's got good news, and it just broke pre-market high. I'm in. I jumped in. You know, you got to be able to make quick decisions.
So
You
you
know
take
what I
them
mean?
stocks on a day-to-day basis, different stocks coming in every day.
Every day there's a stock that went up like 30%. So if you make 30% on your money every day,
Come on.
there's always a stock every single day that makes 30%. Me, I don't need the whole 30%. I just try to take 15 cents out of $1. That's it. You know, if you open up a mutual fund account, a CD at the bank, or you open up a savings account, what do they give you? They give you like 2% in 1 year, right? There's always a stock every day that goes up. As you can see, the one I traded this morning, it was up already 27%. So that's all you gotta do. You stick to the same strategy every day. 70% of the times, it works. And if it doesn't work, you just get out real fast. Just pull out. When in doubt, pull out, right? So yeah, that's basically how I do it every day. It's the same strategy every day. I wake up at the same time, I do the same thing. It beats me having to go,
Alright, I'm gonna try that. If it don't work, I'm gonna blame you.
alright, blame me. That's what happens, man. But yeah, 70% of the time it works. You know what I mean?
So Brutus, you're doing this, or you're teaching certain individuals this system that works for you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you went through a few systems,
There's a million ways to trade.
but you found this one that works for you
This one works for me.
with no specific wording or terminology or anything. You just going by yesterday's news.
Yeah, I just watch the pattern. I make sure it has news. I make sure it has good volume. Those three things, if they're all three in play at the same time.
You just go with that particular one. If not, you go to your second.
I mean, so at 16 years old, you could start trading. Your parents have to, if you're under 18, your parents have to sign you up. But even if you're 15, 14, like my son, by the time he understands this, I'm gonna open an account. I don't care if he's 10 years old. I'll just let him trade out of my account. I'll open a second account and I'll let him trade out of that. All right. You can actually, this is Robinhood. Let me show you. Right in your, like your brokerage account, it goes right into your account. Like at the end of the day, it settles up and it shows in your short trader account. And then if you wanted it, then you can transfer it to your bank account because this is linked to my bank account. Like if I wanted to put more money in my bank in my trader's account, I could just send it right away. Or if I wanted to take money out of my trading account, I could just forward, just like Uber. You guys use Uber? It's the same kind of way. Like the money goes in and out whenever you want it. But with a trading account, everything takes 3 business days, basically. So everything takes 3 business days to transfer.
Your science for using all 3 charts at one time.
What's that?
At the end of the day.
It's still gonna take 3 days. It'll show pending. It's not-
Yeah, it'll show pending, and then in 3 days, I'm sure.
There's nothing faster than that.
I'm sure in the future it's gonna get faster, but right now, 3 business days for finance. Just like if you go to the bank and you sign a contract, it takes 3 business days. Because when it comes to finance, just like there's a lot of fraud out there, and that's why they do it with any financial institutions. But if it's like
Yeah, yeah.
small stuff, it'll happen right away. But yeah, with finance, like if you sign a car contract, you buy a car, that contract isn't good for 3 business days. So that way you have the right to cancel. You know what I mean? You have the right to stop it. So that's just their rule. So
And the science for you having 3 charts at the same time is what?
say that again.
The reason why you use 3 charts at a time.
The reason I use 3 charts is because I want to know what's possible. You know what I mean? So for instance, if the stock is at 540 and I see the highest point that it's ever been was at 570,
It's not worth it.
it ain't worth it. It ain't worth me trying to make 15 cents when there's only 20 cents possibility.
Yes.
I want to take the trade if I see there's a $2 potential. Now my odds of making 15 cents is so much better. You know what I mean? So I buy 2,000 shares and then it goes up 15 cents. I make myself $300 within 1 minute. You know what I mean? So to me, it makes more sense to look at the past to see where it's been,
Right? So you can see where it's going.
where it's going.
Or
Exactly.
where it could go.
Exactly. Potential. So it went up to $6, but the potential was 7. So me, I only want 15 cents out of it. So it went up an extra $1, right? $1.50 went up.
More than good.
So all I need is 15 cents out of that every single day.
Out of their 3,000, how much should they invest in that in their first purchase?
What do you mean?
Like if they got they spent their 500 and they got $3,000 worth of credit, how much of that should they invest?
Whatever you want.
What would you-
When I started out, like
75% of
I put up all of it because I'm like that. Like everybody needs to manage their own risk, but me, I'm a high risk taker. I like to make a lot of money fast. So for me, I'm gonna play with all of this. I put all of it up. So the more money you put up, the more money you make. If you're trying to make $150, you buy 1,000 shares. But if you buy less than 1,000 shares, you're gonna make less than $150. So the more you're able to buy, the more you're able to make. Me, I want to make the most I can fast. So I learned one strategy that works, and I go all in.
And there's no time limit to pulling out, Paul.
As far as what?
The money. There's no time limit to cash out.
Oh no, he told
No,
you
you
to
can buy
cash
it and
out.
hold on to it forever. But the thing is, it might go
No,
up.
I mean like in the day.
Mutual funds paid like 7% in 1 year. Today I made over, you know what I mean? In 1 day I can make way more than 7%. So 7%, that's like they're paying pennies. And then they're trading with your money.
They're trading
And they're
with your
making,
money, and they're making right.
this is how they're
That's
able to
what the
give you-
banks do too.
Yeah, they'll give you 7%, but they're making like 120% every day or 500% every day. But yet they give you 7% per year. Makes no sense. So that's why you want to manage your own money. The stupid people put their money in the bank. The wealthy people, they don't put money in banks. No. I'm just,
Well, yeah, you gotta watch what you say, right?
yeah, but the normal people who's not educated, they put their money in banks. The people with money, they don't have bank accounts. They own the bank, but they don't have bank accounts. You know what I mean? They have their money in brokerage accounts or trust funds. They have different places they put. The masses,
Great money.
yeah, the masses use banks, not you know.
Not the 1%.
Not the 1%. They own the banks. They take your money and trade with it. They trade with it. So any other questions?
Makes sense, though.
That's what they do. But just learn one strategy. I just wanted to come out and put the seed in your mouth. You bring it home $50 that day. Every single day you go to work, $50. Every day $50. But me, I can start with $1 today. Tomorrow is $2. So that $2, I can put it back in the market, and then it turns to $4. And then that $4, I can put it back in the market, turns to $8. So every day, my money's going up by double or triple or quadrupling, you know what I mean? But you go to work, you make the same $8 to $10, $12 per hour. You'll never make more. So you want to start learning about compound interest, just finance. Just keep that in your head, keep finance in your head. That's the only way to get ahead. That's the only way to build. So imagine, I made like close to $500 this morning. Imagine if there were 10 of me. How much is that? 5 G's in 1 day, right? So imagine if all of us could just form a group and we all making 5 G's a day. 5 G's a day. All of us, the 10 of us. So if 10 of us making 5 G's a day, how much is that?
That's $50,000.
50 G's a day with just 10 people. What do you think these white boys are doing? What do you think these stockbrokers are doing? You know what I mean? So, and then they all could come together and say, yo, this whole month, how much is your monthly expense? 5 G's? All right, take the 5 G's. We'll all live together under one roof, and then the rest of the money, we'll go ahead and we'll buy a building. We'll buy whatever you want to buy. We'll buy another whatever. You know what I mean? Now you're owning more real estate, you're owning more everything because you formed a group. It's all about group economics. Like, I think that's what black people need. It's group economics and economic knowledge. That's the only thing we don't have because all of us wake up, we gotta go work for the man.
Caleb, you were just talking about group economics, right?
Group economics, bro.
What were you saying?
Hey man, 54 cents, I sold it. I made $9.70. That was my first trade. I bought 15 shares. So from there, I'm like, yo, I just made $9.70. So with 15 shares. Now a lot of people be like, oh, that's not a lot of money, you're wasting your time. But me, I'm thinking, yo, if I bought 1,000 shares, I would have had $620. And that's what I did. I built on that money, and then I put that money till I could buy 1,000 shares. Now I'm buying 1,000, 2,000 shares. No. You know what I mean? Keep it up. Build up to it, man. Build it.
So how did you get the grant?
Now that's my building. You said you want
The dope boys, have you seen the dope boy in the corners have all the money and they just
yeah,
move?
man, you got the dope boys in the corners right now. They're all in front of the corner store. You go out right now. I guarantee you all of them have $500 in their pocket. At least. All of them. That $500, you can open up a trading account with it. The trading account, $500 minimum. And then once you learn a strategy, you can make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in one day. But legally.